Welcome to the Recognitive channel, where we are about learning and relearning new things, but also things from the past, my past. This is a personal project that is sponsored by my free time. I thought it would be convenient as a first episode to talk about a word that I see rising from the ashes of dead thoughts, but it is somehow making a comeback: unlearning. What is unlearn? Here's how Cambridge Dictionary defines it. To make an effort to forget your usual way of doing something so that you can learn a new and sometimes better way. I had to unlearn the way I played guitar when I started taking formal lessons. That's the example we have, and that's going to be very relevant. Look at the interest over time. Is it really spiking? Well, a bit. Since 29, it's been spiking again upwards. And my beef is that it's just not possible to unlearn. Okay? Unlearning basically has the prefix un, which means not. And it would mean that unlearning would be the opposite of learning, not learning. So it's in a context where we would remove something that was learned before, like check, uncheck, mark, unmark, stack, unstack, or subscribe to this channel or unsubscribe to this channel. And and these are verbs, and they imply that the mere action undoes the original action. So sometimes to the point that there is no trace of it. And with learning, this is actually not the case. In his book, How the Brain Works, David Rock used the analogy that our brain has maps consisting of neurons and connections, and these maps are applicable for certain areas or topics. So you will have a map for each area or topic, or a set of maps, or a map of maps. And if you want to modify using those maps, it is not actually physiologically possible to remove a map. So the only thing you can do is actually create new maps and maps of maps. And they will become more prominent as they are more used. But here the important point is that there is no action you can take, that the existing maps are eradicated from the brain. They will always be there. And you will need to own to the fact that they were once there, so they do not come back. Not to the point of torture, to self-torture and pity, but you do need to be aware those maps are there, and the potential to repeat the behavior using that map is there and will always be there. So then, what you really need to do to create a new map and to replace the existing map is learn, a very intentional effort to learn, and a much more intentional effort to replace the existing map through repetition. So you can imagine the effort that this will mean for you. So this is the end of this episode. I want to keep them short, and I want to tell you something. Sometimes a challenge will be in place. Sometimes you will want to say, no, recognitive, you're actually not correct. Well, if you are going to do that, which you are welcome to do, please just use an example so I can relate to your point. And let's just give me one for you. Imagine a bicycle. Let's unlearn to ride a bicycle. Good luck.